Montana is the fourth biggest state in the US, bigger than Germany, bigger than Japan, but in population, it doesn't even crack the top 40. Montana has just over 1 million people spread over 147,000 square miles. That means its population density is just 7 people per square mile, less than Botswana, Kazakhstan, or the Australian outback. And this isn't just wilderness or protected parkland. Much of Montana is open, habitable land. So why is it so empty? To understand, we have to look at geography, climate, economy, and history, and how they all conspire to make Montana one of the most spacious places in America. First, let's talk about the scale. Montana is vast. You could fit all of Ireland, the Netherlands, and Denmark inside its borders, and still have room to spare. But the land isn't evenly usable. The western third of Montana is dominated by the Rocky Mountains, steep, rugged terrain that's gorgeous but not easy to build on. The eastern two-thirds are rolling plains and badlands, more open, but prone to harsh weather and dry conditions. In short, Montana has space, but not a lot of easy space. Then there's the climate. Montana is cold, really cold. Winters bring sub-zero temperatures across much of the state. In places like Hull or Glasgow, minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit is not unusual. Summer, meanwhile, can be blisteringly hot and dry, and rainfall, it's scarce. Most of eastern Montana gets less than 13 inches a year, barely enough to grow crops without irrigation. That makes large-scale farming hard. Ranching does exist, especially cattle grazing, but it's land-intensive and supports very few people. Then there's accessibility. Only 2 interstate highways cross the state, I-90 and I-15, and outside of those corridors, the road network is sparse. If you're enjoying the video so far, please like and subscribe, it helps a lot. Railroads helped settle Montana in the 1800s, but today, many of those towns have shrunk or disappeared. There's only one passenger service across Montana, and that's not exactly frequent. As for air travel, only a few regional airports offer commercial service. If you're in rural Montana, you may be hours from the nearest flight. This isolation discourages population growth and makes it harder to attract businesses or workers. So what does Montana do economically? About 40% of Montana's economy comes from agriculture, energy, mining, and tourism. But these industries don't require a large labor force. Cattle grazing, oil extraction, and copper mining bring in money, but they don't support population density. Even tourism. Yellowstone Glacier National Park brings in visitors, not permanent residents. Bozeman and Missoula are growing tech and university hubs, but once you leave those cities, the population thins out fast. Montana didn't always feel so empty. In the late 1800s, Montana boomed with mining. Towns like Butte exploded in size, drawing immigrants from Ireland, Italy, and even China. But when the copper and silver dried up, so did the jobs. Many of those towns faded into obscurity. Some became ghost towns, others shrank to a fraction of their former size. And without a major urban anchor, like Denver in Colorado or Salt Lake City in Utah, Montana never developed a true population core. So why hasn't Montana grown much since then? Partly because it didn't need to. Montana supports the people it has, but not many more. You can drive for hours and see more cows than cars. Plus, there is a feedback loop. Sparse population means fewer services. Fewer services means fewer people that want to move there. That means fewer hospitals, fewer schools, and fewer job opportunities. In many ways, Montana remains stuck in a low-density equilibrium. Let's compare Montana to a similarly large state, Colorado. Both are Rocky Mountain states, both have ranchland, skiing, and natural beauty. But Colorado has nearly 6 times Montana's population. Why? Because Colorado has Denver, a booming metro with infrastructure, businesses, and access. From there, other cities grew. Montana, on the other hand, never had a big city to anchor development. That said, things are starting to change, just a little. During the pandemic, remote work and rising housing costs in urban centers sent people looking elsewhere. And suddenly, Montana looked appealing. Cities like Bozeman and Missoula have seen home prices spike, drawing in remote workers, tech professionals, and retirees. Some smaller towns are growing again, though not by much. But while Montana is gaining people faster than before, its sheer size means that it still feels very empty. And here's the thing, a lot of Montanans like it that way. Low population density is part of the state's identity. Freedom, solitude, nature, and open skies. Many people come here because it's empty, to get away from traffic, noise, and crowds. So while the coasts keep densifying, Montana offers a different model of how and where people can live. So why is Montana so empty? Because the climate is harsh, the economy doesn't need that many workers, because the infrastructure is limited, and because the state never developed a single large population center to draw people in. Montana is big on space, on beauty, and on history, but it's small where it matters most, population. And for now, that's exactly how Montana seems to like it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed.